Hey everyone, I'm joined by Mitch Nielsen, who made his long-awaited 2018-19 debut for the Bandits in Wednesday night's victory over the Tuatara. Mitch, I know it was an injury-plagued start to the season for you, but now you're healthy. How good did it feel to get back out on the field?
It was great. I mean, it's been a long road back, but yeah, to finally get out there amongst all the boys and, you know, get that first step out of the way, I'm excited.
You're by no means a newcomer to this team, but now you join midstream as the Bandits try for their fourth consecutive championship. How do you hope to contribute to this roster going forward?
Just, you know, hope to get back healthy and, back healthy now, but yeah, just do what I can to help the team win. Yeah, whatever that takes, whatever role that, even if it's come off the bench, DHing, whatever I need to do to help the team win, I'll do it.
Thanks for the time and welcome back.
Thanks, Eric.
Round 8 of the Australian Baseball League season continues tonight here in Brisbane as the Bandits take on the Auckland Tuatara. From One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus, Paul Gonzalez with me. I'm Eric Bramer. Thanks for joining us tonight. This will be an interesting matchup between two former Major League pitchers towing the rubbers for their respective teams tonight. Travis Blackley, the veteran, going for the Bandits, and Josh Kalmenter going for the Auckland Tuatara. The Tuatara lost the first two games of this series, allowing 25 runs. That's not what they want to do tonight, and they've got probably their best chance to take a game on the road here in their starter tonight.
No, I agree, and really the key is, can he stop the momentum? You look at the offensive momentum from last night, 15 hits, 15 runs. Really the only blemish on the scorecard was the 4 errors. So if they can play flawless defense behind Blackley, I think we've got a good matchup tonight.
Bandits scored 15 runs last night en route to a 15-4 victory. They've scored early in both ball games, and setting that tone will be important again tonight because Kalmenter is coming off of a start in which he allowed 8 runs.
Yeah, and they've got to take advantage of that. Like I said, offensive momentum's in their favor. The big thing is it's a different lineup. You look at, you've got Unroe, you've got Winton, which is a new addition, who started off hot. He's hitting 545. Last night he was 4 for 6. So it's a different makeup, and I think right now, advantage would have to go to the Bandits, so he's got his work cut out for him tonight.
There's Travis Blackley taking the mound. Blackley pitched with 5 Major League teams. The 36-year-old lefty is 2-2 on the year in the ABL with a 3.47 ERA. He did face these Tuatara in Auckland back in late November. They handed him one of his 2 losses on the season, 4 runs, 6 hits in 3 innings. That was a game the Bandits lost 4-0. His last start came on the road in Sydney last week. 3 runs on 8 hits in 5 1/3. The Bandits scored 3 runs in the 8th to beat the Blue Sox for their lone time in that round by a score of 5-4. The Tuatara send this lineup up against Travis Blackley. Lineup written out by the manager Steve Mintz. Leading off in center field, Eric Jenkins. Batting second and playing second, Chris Richards. Batting third at shortstop, Taylor Snyder. The cleanup hitter and right fielder is Max Brown. Batting fifth in left field, Zach Clark. Batting sixth at first base, Bo Bishop. Batting seventh, the DH, Guiyan Xu. Batting eighth and catching is Kuo Chun Wei. And batting ninth at third base is Luke Hansen. Very different look once again for the Tuatara. Offense hasn't been firing on all cylinders as we take a look at the Bandits' defense. Bernard, Campbell, and Nielsen in the outfield. Battaglia behind home plate. Dutton at first, Unroe at second, Bennett at third, and Wade at short. It's really been the pitching that has been the issue for the Tuatara. Last night's starter, Elliot Johnston, went just an inning and 2/3, allowing 10 runs. 7 were earned. He did not get much help from his defense behind him. But as we turn to Josh Kalmenter tonight, the Tuatara need to get good and many innings out of him.
No, they will, and they're going to have to work. But I think they will. I think he'll pitch competitively. He's pitched at the big league level for a number of years. So really for him, it's about keeping the guys off balance and working ahead, especially in this ballpark.
First pitch from Blackley to Jenkins is a called strike at 6:03 local time. First pitch temperature of 27 degrees Celsius, wind at 18 kilometers per hour from the northeast, blowing out to right field. Blackley will give you a fastball, a cutter, and a curve. On a hop to short, Wade fields and throws to retire Eric Jenkins for the first out. That was something that Coco Lynn had trouble with last night as we take a look at the Suki Bowl replay. Getting the first out of the inning just sets the tone for the Bandits defensively. Defense made 4 errors in the first 4 innings last night, and if they can keep runners off the bases, they can perhaps feel a bit more comfortable in the field.
No, I agree. And really, Coco pitched a brilliant ball game. When he did get in trouble, he was able to induce the ground ball, got a few big double plays, and kept himself out of big innings.
Lynn picked up the win last night, his second of the year, 5 innings of 2-run ball. Chris Richards, the second baseman, sends one foul up the first base line. Richards 0 for 4 last night. He did reach on an error. On the season, batting .260. 2 homers, 14 runs batted in. Fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Toby Pinder calls balls and strikes tonight. He's behind home plate. He is joined at third base by Paul Latta and at first by the crew chief Tom West. The 0-2. Breaking ball, got him. Richards frozen by the hook from Blackley, and it's the first Skyfleet Hino strikeout of the game for Travis Blackley.
And that's one thing if we see early. Normally it takes Blackley, get a chance to see the pitch here again. Really late break, good pitch, good location. When Blackley's got that in control and he's got command of that pitch, he's tough. And he seems like he's got control of that here in the first.
Here's Taylor Snyder, the shortstop for the Tuatara. Snyder 1 for 4 in last night's ball game on the year, batting .206, 3 homers, 6 runs batted in. You can see the Taiwanese flag behind home plate. It is Taiwanese night here at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. 0-1, high deep drive down the left field line, but it'll turn foul, and it's well out of play. Hope my car's okay. 0-2 the count. Blackley looking for an easy 1-2-3 first. The lefty comes set. Just got a piece, did Snyder. Breaking ball again. Whether it's looking or swinging, that tends to be the strikeout pitch for Travis Blackley.
Yeah, and once again, good location right there. And he seems to have command of that pitch. And when he's got command early, he's extremely tough. So he was very confident in that pitch early in the game.
0-2 breaking ball misses low. Blackley and tomorrow's Game 1 starter Tim Atherton. The only 2 constants in the Bandits rotation this year. Ryan Searle, Ryan Bollinger, Coco Lynn, Sam Holland have been in and out. The 1-2. Driven in the air to center field, but Campbell, a few steps in, makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 first for Travis Blackley. And the Bandits come to bat after this.
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits are set to take their hacks against Josh Colmenter, former major leaguer and 7-year MLB veteran, who on the season in the ABL is 3-3 with a 3.86 ERA. 30 strikeouts in 37 1/3 innings pitched, coming off of a really rough outing. That came at Canberra last weekend. 8 runs on 12 hits in just 5 innings, but he did throw 4 innings of relief against these Bandits in Auckland in late November. 3 hits and 1 run. So we've seen him at his best, though that was in a relief role. Here are the Tuatara in the field. Quo behind home plate. Bo Bishop at first, Chris Richards at second, Hansen at third, Snyder at short, and then left to right across the outfield, it's Clark, Jenkins, and Brown. Bandits lineup a little bit different from last night. Unruh, Bernard, Campbell, Bennett, Wade, Lutz, Dutton, Nielsen, and Battaglia. Riley Unruh had a 3-run homer and an RBI double. First pitch swinging here in tonight's ball game, a broken bat and a little roller to second. Richards fields and throws. Unruh trying to spring it on Colementor instead. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And I think that's what you're going to see from Colementor. He's a veteran arm, and early on you'll see him run the ball in on the hand, and
ouch,
got him to break the bat right there. But he's going to pitch in. He's going to work ahead in the count, and he's going to really force these guys to swing the bat and utilize his defense, and that's what a veteran arm will do.
Here's Winton Bernard. Bernard evidently needs no adjusting to the ABL. He had a 4-hit game, including his first league home run last night. First pitch swinging again are the Bandits. This time a grounder to short. Snyder fields and throws. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Josh Colementor.
And that's perfect. I mean, Colementor will sit there and do that all day if he can. So if he can get guys swinging at first pitch. I like the aggressiveness from the Bandits hitters. Obviously, they came off a 15-hit night last night with 15 runs. So they're going to obviously put a lot of pressure on him early and force him to throw strikes.
Here's Andrew Campbell. Campbell takes low ball 1. Colementor is 32 years old. He'll turn 33 here in about a month. Originally out of Central Michigan University. In his home state, he went to Homer High School in Homer, Michigan. Parts of 7 years in the bigs, all in the National League. Little pop-up, and the count is 1-2 to Andrew Campbell. With the Diamondbacks, 5.5 years, 1.5 with the Atlanta Braves. Campbell keeps the at-bat alive. Andrew has the batting average up over 300 now, 304 on the year, with 6 homers, 23 runs batted in. He hit a 3-run homer in the first inning of last night's game, setting the Bandits on the right path. And that's strike 3. Toby Pinder called it like a normal strike, but it is a strikeout looking, retiring Andrew Campbell. 1-2-3 bottom of the first after a 1-2-3 top half. Off to a fast start, much faster than last night. We go to the second here in Brisbane, scoreless.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
Full house here in Brisbane at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Expecting, if not a sellout, at least a near sellout. Certainly appears that way. And we go to the top of the second, scoreless between the Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits and the Auckland Tuatara. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Auckland. Max Brown, Zach Clark, and Bo Bishop. Travis Blackley delivers up and away ball 1. Blackley cruised through a 1-2-3 top of the first inning, getting a strikeout on the way. Brown batting .236, 3 homers, 15 knocked in. He swings at the 1-0, sends a pop-up in foul territory behind first. Wade Dutton getting the start over there tonight, and he makes the catch for the first down. Here is Zach Clark. Clark had a 2-homer game last night. He's been impressive.
Just looking at Zach, 19th round pick with Milwaukee in 16, 23 years of age. And you're right, he had a big night with 3 RBIs and 2 home runs and really did all the offensive damage for Auckland last night.
Pitch up and away, 1-0. Clark spent all of last year in the Midwest League with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. T-Rats, as they call them. Another well-struck ball, this one out to left, but it stays in the ballpark, and Winton Bernard charges in to make the catch for the second out.
One thing I like about Blackley, looks like he's falling into his rhythm early in this ball game. So I think that's what you're going to see with 2 big league pitchers. They're going to work quick. They'll work ahead in the count and put pressure, and then hopefully get guys to chase balls out of the zone. Blackley's now getting to the back end. I think he's now finding his rhythm, and that'll carry him on into the playoffs.
Here's the first baseman, Bo Bishop. Bishop batting .210, no homers, 7 runs batted in. He takes up and away. Paul, you never pitched at a high level like this, but you'd have to think that when your offense scores 25, 26 runs in the first 2 games of a series, you breathe a little bit easier because there's not as much pressure on you. Blackley knows that this offense is firing on all cylinders.
Well, he does, but typically after a big night, usually guys are shut down and it becomes a 3-2 or 3-1 ball game the next day. So I think, with these 2 guys, they're going to go out there and they're going to compete. 2 major league players going head to head, and neither of them wants to concede. So really it's who's going to take advantage of opportunities tonight.
3-0 to Bishop as the Tuatara look for their first base runner. Guian Zhu waits on deck, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Here's Guian Zhu, one of 2 lefties in the Tuatara starting 9. Leadoff man Eric Jenkins also bats from the left side against the lefty Blackley. Crowd continuing to fill in here. Out of the break, we remarked how full it looks. Expecting more of the same again tomorrow as we see the sun shining in on the Outlaws cam down the third base line. Blackley known for his outstanding pickoff move, and he almost gets Bishop there before the first pitch to Zhu.
Looks like GA section's already full, and most of the reserve sections are full, so I'd imagine a full house tonight, and they're expecting full house tomorrow as well.
Great to see this community supporting the 3-time defending champions. First pitch misses high and tight to Zhu, and that's 5 straight balls.
And that's where Blackley needs to settle down. A 1-2 quick out in here in the second, and a 1-2-3 inning in the first, and all of a sudden just finding a little bit of command trouble here in the second.
Next pitch will be his 20th, and it's hit on the ground on a hop to first. Dutton fields and takes it himself for the 3rd out. 2-out walk does no damage. Blackley puts up another 0 in the second inning, and the Bandits will try and solve Josh Colmenter after this on Bandits.tv.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help.
You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future.
How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. Get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there. And you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
We are scoreless going to the bottom of the second in Brisbane between the Bandits and the Auckland Tuatara. After tonight, 10 games remain in the regular season, 6 of them at home and 4 on the road. The Bandits find themselves in second place in their division and third place overall in the league, just a half game behind Perth in second place. 3 games behind first place Sydney. They gained a game last night with their win. And only 2 games ahead of Adelaide, which right now is on the outside looking in. Here's TJ Bennett, 4, 5, and 6 due up for Brisbane against Josh Kalmenter. Bennett leading the team with 7 homers, batting .268 with 28 knocked in. Soft line drive to third. Hanson a few steps back. He makes the catch. 4 quick outs for Kalmenter. And he'll take as many of those as he can get.
And the thing is, 4 quick outs, but 4 soft outs. He's really running the ball in on the hands on lefties and tying them up, so they're not able to either read him well or he's got a lot of movement on the fastball early in the count. So guys haven't been able to make the adjustments here in the second.
Kalmenter needed only 7 pitches to get through the 1-2-3 first. He retires Bennett on 2 pitches, and here's Logan Wade, the switch-hitting shortstop. Ball followed by a strike. Wade hitless last night. Walked and scored. But in the series opener, he hit a 3-run home run and a 2-run home run. Called strike, it's 1-2.
Really showcasing 2 primary pitches. He's got like a 2-seamer that runs late, and then that 4-seamer that is a bit sneaky. So
bounced in the dirt. Because Kalmenter is a former major leaguer, we have a wealth of information on him. If you go to Fangraphs.com, you can get pitch-by-pitch data. Miles per hour down to the 10th of a mile per hour. Here's a high fly ball into shallow left field. Coming on is Clark. He charges and catches for the second out of the second inning. Fangraph says that Kalmenter has a fastball, a curve, and a change as we take a look at the Suki Bowl replay. Did not pitch in organized baseball in 2018. Participating here in the ABL to try and get back on track. Donald Lutz takes a called strike, knee high on the outside corner.
And that's what we talk about, what's so great about the league. It gives him an opportunity to get his work in and hopefully get picked up in the offseason.
Ooh, hard shot beyond the Bandits' protection in front of their dugout as we take a look. Yay! Wow. Donald Lutz were bowling, that'd be a strike. Pins scatter. 0-2. On the ground, past the diving first baseman Bishop. Into the shift, Richards, the second baseman, has a play. But the throw goes wide, and Lutz will reach. First base runner of the ball game for the Bandits.
That was always going to be a tough play. Really pulled the shift on Lutzy and pulled the second baseman far to his left. And as soon as the pitcher had to cover, it was always going to be a foot race down the line. And Lutzy gets down the line pretty good for a big man and able to beat that out.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Wade Dutton. Dutton batting .270, 3 homers, 14 runs batted in. Should be an infield single for Lutz as Dutton takes up high.
One thing I noticed coming into the ball game, the Bandits picked up 10 points. They went from 241, I believe, at the start of the series as a team batting average. Now they're hitting a 251 or 252 clip at the start of the game. So done a little bit of groundwork, and I think they've got Geelong and they've got Canberra. So I think seeing the pitching for the second time, obviously Geelong for the first time, but I think the way they're swinging the bats and the new makeup of this lineup, they've got the ability to put up some numbers.
Hit well to right field. Going back is Brown. On the warning track, he makes the play for the third out. Infield single off the bat of Donald Lutz. Doesn't get the Bandits any further. We go to the third. It's still scoreless here in Brisbane on Bandits.tv.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
The Auckland Tuatara have a record of 9-20 in their inaugural ABL season, but 2 of those 9 wins came against the Bandits in New Zealand in late November. Paul Gonzalez, we are all rooting for their success both on and off the field. The Tuatara have made great strides this season, and hopefully they'll take that next step next year as they move into a more permanent home.
No, I think they will, and I've had a chance to visit the new home, and it's going to be an absolute brilliant facility, and I think over the off-season it'll give them an opportunity to restructure and rebuild as an organization. I think this is a great launching pad for them, and I feel that they will have a lot of success in the coming years.
Travis Blackley delivers a called strike to Kro Chun Wei, the catcher for the Tuatara. Batting 167 in limited action, no homers, no runs batted in. Lights just popping on, kind of dark on the field right now. Sun's still up, but setting down the right field line.
I think one of the real positives for the organization is that they'll have the full support of the country. You know, they represent New Zealand. They've got a strong member base in New Zealand, and I think they've done some amazing things with their brand, and as they create more awareness around their brand and their sport, and their new venue has huge seating capacity and opportunities for growth. I think with their exposure through Sky and the local broadcast partner there, there's huge commercial opportunities for the organization.
1-2 the count from Blackley to Quo. The pitch. Breaking ball just misses the corner. Blackley got a strikeout looking of Chris Richards on that pitch back in the first. 25 pitches for Blackley. No hits, 1 walk over 2 scoreless innings. The lefty comes set. The 2-2. Crow lines it into center field. Campbell charging, sliding, and catching. Andrew Campbell makes the catch on a dangerous slide. His body was beside where his glove was, and if he doesn't make this play, it may skip by him for a while. And that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count. Look, good job right there, and that's exactly, he's taken the right approach. It's a sliding catch, but keeps the ball in front of him and comes up with a big play, and that's out number 1, and Blackley continues to work ahead and pitch to soft contact.
Here's Luke Hansen. Hansen gets a high fastball and sends it straight back. Tuatara, third baseman, batting .186 on the year. No homers, 4 knocked in. Went 0 for 1 late in last night's ball game. Didn't start. Both teams kind of emptied out their benches in what was ultimately a 15-4 Brisbane victory. Breaking pitch misses low. The 1-1. Popped up. Third base side of the infield. Foul territory. Bennett calls and catches. 2 up, 2 down in the third. And the Tuatara still don't have a base hit. Lineup turns over for Eric Jenkins, who grounded a short his first time up. Lefty-lefty matchup, and Blackley delivers inside, ball 1. Blackley set. The 1-0. He got Jenkins to chase down and away, a swinging strike.
Just shows when you look at the two makeup of the two arms tonight, this time last night we had 14 runs collectively on the board. We had 3 by Auckland by the second, and we had 10 by Brisbane by the second. So completely different look in tonight's game.
Bounce to the backstop, 2-1. First 2 innings last night took about an hour and 20 minutes. It's taken 30 minutes to get to where we are now. Blackley's 2-1. Called strike. Blackley has 1 strikeout. It came back in the first. The lefty takes the sign. Jenkins hits a weak roller to short. Wade charges and has to eat it. Jenkins has great speed, and Wade didn't handle it cleanly out of the glove in the transfer.
Yeah, that was always going to be a tough play on Logan. Wasn't hit hard. Really good pitch by Blackley. Ran it on the hand, and that's what Jenkins is known for. He gets down the line extremely well, and Logan didn't come up with a clean transfer and able to beat it out for potentially an infield single, depending on how they score that.
Here's Chris Richards. Richards struck out looking his first time. It is a single, first hit of the ball game for the Tuatara. 1 hit for each team so far tonight. Neither has left the infield. Richards takes up high, ball 1. Jenkins a threat to steal. He takes an aggressive lead at first. Blackley has a great pickoff move as he stares him down. There Jenkins goes. The throw down to second. In time to get him. A perfect throw from Ryan Battaglia to erase the 2-out single. Didn't quite get the angle there to see where the hand was when the tag was slapped down, but the Bandits will take it. Tuatara get their first hit, but it is immediately erased. Bandits come back to bat in the bottom of the third after this.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Yeah! Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be. Thank you, Archer! Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Wind is blowing out to right field, but we have the makings of a pitcher's duel here in Brisbane. Scoreless between the Bandits and the Auckland Tuatara as we go to the bottom of the third inning. 8-9-1 due up for the Bandits. Dan Nielsen, the right fielder, tries to drop a bunt down the third base line. It rolls foul, and the count is 0-1. Nielsen, Battaglia, and then Unruh for the Bandits, who got a two-out infield single from Donald Lutz in the second, but nothing beyond that against the Major League veteran Josh Colmenter. Nielsen batting .231 on the year, 3 homers, 7 runs batted in. Defensive replacement in last night's blowout victory, but this will be his first start of the series. 1-1, may have broken his bat, but he dumps a soft line drive into right field for a base hit to begin the third inning. Off the very end of the bat, and that was a sickly sound, Paul.
It is, but what I've been watching, see the pitch here, and really the only thing wrong with it was up in the location, but a lot of late movement. And sometimes guys will talk about how a guy throws a heavy ball, and I can imagine with that downward action from Josh, you throw a heavy ball, so when they do hit it, it feels like you're hitting a bowling ball. So tonight he's pitched to soft contact. No one's actually been able to square him up hard tonight, except in a Wade Dutton to right.
Here's Ryan Battaglia, who threw a P down to second base in the top half of the inning to catch the speedy Eric Jenkins stealing second to end the frame. Battaglia hit a pinch hit 2-run shot 2 nights ago. Had last night off as he takes inside 2-0 the count.
And Josh will want that pitch right there. It's a good location right there. The only thing he can really do is hit that ball into the ground. So that's what a veteran guy will do. He won't really try to pitch to strike you out. He's going to pitch to get a ground ball, and hopefully his defense can turn 2 for him.
Hitters count. Battaglia waves and misses. The count is 2-1. A check of Nielsen at first. He dives in safely.
Just looking at Battaglia's last 10 games, he's only got 23 at-bats, but in that 23 at-bats, he's driven in 5 runs with 1 home run. So offensively, he's been very productive on the negative side of the 15 punch-outs, but when he does put the ball in play, he has done some damage offensively.
3-1 the count with the leadoff man, Riley Unruh, waiting on deck. Colmenter's fastball during his major league time was averaging out at about 87 miles per hour. 88 when he came up with the Diamondbacks, and down to 85 in his last year, 17 with Atlanta. 3-2. Nielsen takes off. Battaglia swings and fouls straight back. Dan Nielsen, not traditionally known for his stolen base acumen, but he's taken off here a couple times, and he must see something in Colmenter's delivery.
Yeah, look, it's a 2 thing. I mean, he because he's thrown a lot of strikes, and he's been really effective.
Here's a line drive to left. It's a base hit. Clark charges and gets it back in. Nielsen was off, but he stays at second. Back-to-back singles begin the third inning for the Bandits, trying to break the scoreless tie.
And I like the aggressive play right there. What they're doing is really trying to get defense to move. They're putting pressure on a new catcher, so they got a different catcher behind the plate, and just obviously challenging Josh to give him a different look. So now Bandits put a little bit of pressure here with first and second and nobody out in the third.
Here's Riley Unroe, a grounder to second his first time up. Unroe's first at bat lasted just one pitch. We'll see how patient he is his second time up.
Well, defensively, you got third baseman he's going to squeeze him, and so is the first baseman potentially looking for a bunt to see if he can advance. But David usually plays aggressive.
Here's a bunt. It's a good one to third. Only play is to first, and the throw into the line will allow everybody to reach. Backed up well by the second baseman, Richards. He saves a run, at least for now. On-target throw would have been a close play, but throwing it into the runner a bit meant that there was no chance for Bishop to catch the throw. Take a look at the Suki Bowl replay.
Yeah, really good bunt by Unroe. He's done exactly what you need to. Bunt the ball to the third base side and force the throw into the running side and able to beat that out. So Bandits now threatened with bases loaded. Now they bring the guy who was player of the game last night, Winton, with an opportunity to put runs on the board.
Unroe was running right down the line. Sometimes managers take issue with that. Bernard takes a breaking pitch for a strike. They're going to give Unroe a sacrifice, and then reaching on the error by the third baseman, Hansen. So not an 0 for 1, but not a base hit either. Inside. Oh. I thought it was inside. You thought so too.
I'm just actually looking at the defensive alignment, which is really uncharacteristic early in the ballgame. You've got corners actually playing in, so it looks like they're looking at the force to home, and they're not looking at the double play potentially. Or so you've still got the corners in, and you've got your middle infielders playing double play depth.
The 0-2 pitch to Winton Bernard. High fastball fouled straight back. Bernard batting an even .500 in 2 games with the Bandits. 4-hit ball game last night, including a home run, his first in the ABL. He discards his chewing gum and stands back in with an 0-2 count. Callmenter from the stretch. And now time called, requested by Bernard and granted by Toby Pinder. Nielsen at third, Battaglia at second, Unroe at first. Bandits trying to score first against Auckland. Another 0-2. Down and away, and it gets by the catcher Quo with a short backstop and no outs. Nielsen will play conservatively and stay at third. Shane Watson, the third base coach, providing counsel down there.
And this is where Winton becomes invaluable to the organization, because you've got a AAA player up there, so he'll have a good game plan at the plate, particularly in these situations, and just gives a little bit different level of depth to this lineup now that he's been injected into the lineup.
The 1-2 to Winton Bernard. Swing and a missed strike 3 got him. Challenged him up with a high fastball, and Bernard could not connect. That's a big first out with the runners staying in place.
That's a big first out right there by Josh. He challenged him right there with a good fastball. And you can see this ball really laid action on it, not able to catch up with it. And now it puts himself in a situation where he could potentially get out of the inning. Defense is playing double play depth in the middle, and you still got the corners pinching and playing even with the bag. So
here's Andrew Campbell, struck out looking his first time. He chases down and away, 0-1. Callmenter listed at 6'3", 240. And he adds to that 6'3" by throwing pretty much straight over the top. Take a look at the delivery here. Getting a good downward angle. Here's a high fly ball into left center. The ballpark will hold it. Nielsen sets up for a tag. Caught by Jenkins. The throw in, and it's only a bluff. Throw a little bit up the third base line. Nielsen could have gone for it, but instead the runners stay put after the bases loaded, no out situation. Kalmenter is one batter away from wriggling out of it.
Yeah, Jenkins throws pretty well in center field, and he got behind the ball extremely well, and he had momentum coming home. And that's a big out for Josh again in Auckland now with 2 outs and bases loaded. So he has a potential of getting out of this inning unscathed.
And if you're Nielsen, you look at the momentum. You can't wait to look at the throw. You make that first instinctual decision based on how the outfielder is charging on the ball. It'll be left to T.J. Bennett. A little soft pop-up to the third baseman back in the second inning. The first to Bennett. In on the hand, soft liner to third. Picked up on a hop by Hansen, and a throw on to first. Retires the Bandits in the third inning. They load the bases with nobody out, but they do not score. And we go to the fourth here in Brisbane, scoreless between the Bandits and the Tuatara.
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
Outlaws Cam showing a gorgeous evening here in Brisbane at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Scoreless going to the top of the fourth as the Bandits squandered a prime opportunity in the bottom half of the third inning, loading the bases with no outs, but not getting any runs to show for it. Travis Blackley out there. He's been solid through 3 innings, allowing just a single that was immediately erased on a caught stealing. They'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Tuatara lineup. Chris Richards, Taylor Snyder, and Max Brown. 2 more games remain in round 8. They will both be played tomorrow, 2:30 and 6 local time. Love to have you at the ballpark, but if you can't join us, Gons and Andrew Reynolds will have the call on ABL TV. Richards struck out looking his first time and had his second plate appearance interrupted and restarted by the Jenkins caught stealing to end the third. 1-0 the count. Blackley's next, up and away. Blackley did walk a batter in the second inning. 37 pitches, only 21 for strikes. But he's thrown the strikes when he's needed to and gotten some weak contact. 2-0, a big cut and a miss from Chris Richards.
Once again, completely different dynamics in this ball game. We're in the fourth and it's still zeros on the board. Obviously the Bandits threatened last inning, were unable to capitalize on opportunities. So once again, these 2 pitchers go and they continue to battle against these lineups.
2-1, line to right field. It's a base hit. Unruh tried to flag it down, but he was playing too shallow to start with. And Richards is aboard. A single to start the fourth inning. Taylor Snyder comes in. He flew out to center field his first time up. If you are Auckland, you've lost the first 2 games here in Brisbane by wide margins. You've got your guy going tonight, and you have a chance to play a tight ball game for the first time in a while. We'll see how they respond. Blackley to the plate, swing and a high fly ball into center field again. Campbell comes on and makes the catch for the first out.
And I think that's the thing you're going to see, particularly next year. And I'm not saying this season is completely a wipe, because there's so many positives for Auckland this year, but you'll start seeing a completely different makeup in how they restructure their organization. Who do they bring back? The local talent, where can they continue to develop? But I think you'll see a completely different transition ball club next year that'll be extremely competitive. And that's the thing the franchise will do, is they'll build, obviously, with the new facility, and they'll build on the success of this year.
Here's Max Brown, a foul pop to the first baseman Wade Dutton, his first time up. It's not the best pickoff move from Blackley, but it's a pickoff move, and it keeps Richards honest. Blackley has already gone deeper in tonight's ball game than he did his first try against the Tuatara in Auckland. He went only 3 innings, allowing 4 runs on 6 hits in what was ultimately a 4-0 loss at the hands of the Tuatara. First pitch to Brown. On the inside corner, a called strike. Brown looks back in disagreement.
The one good thing with Blackley in his move, he really forces the runner to stay tight, which gives his defense a little bit more time executing double play. So for the defense, it does play to an advantage.
Missing inside, 1-1. No runs on 2 hits for the Tuatara. They've committed an error. No runs on 3 hits for the Bandits. Blackley peers over the glove. The 1-1. Up and away, and it nicks off the glove of Battaglia to the backstop. That will allow Richards to advance to second. First time tonight, the Tuatara have had a man in scoring position.
It looks like just that fastball got away, and Battaglia wasn't able to bring that down, and that now puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
The pitch was, of course, a ball. It's 2-1 now. Blackley with a look towards second, 2-1. Down and in. 3-1 with Zach Clark waiting on deck. It is ruled a wild pitch, not a pass ball. Now Blackley steps off. Blackley and Battaglia going through a multi-sign system with the runner at second base. Our center field camera angle can see what Chris Richards can see. Richards, a smart veteran ball player, trying to pick up any signs he can and in some way or another relay them to the batter. Here's the 3-1. Hit hard on the ground towards third. Bennett fields, checks the runner back, and throws across the diamond for the second out.
Good job right there by TJ. Got a hard hit ball at him, and the best thing to do, you look the runner back and you get him to freeze, and once he freezes, you commit to the throw to first. So Taglia's out there right now just running. Here's the play right here again, and comes up and take a look where he has it, checks the runner, and that just freezes the runner and allows him to make the throw to first for the second out of the inning. But Taggart just ran out real quick, because obviously this is the man that did most of the damage yesterday, just to remind him to be careful with the open base, particularly with 2 outs.
Clark hit a routine fly to left his first time up tonight. The first from Blackley, bounced in the dirt. Battaglia keeps it in front of him. Richards led off the inning with a single. Took second on a wild pitch. Looking to come home for the first run of the ball game for either team. The 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. That was pitch number 47 for Blackley. 27 of them for strikes. Pretty good pitch count for the veteran. Looking to give his team 7, maybe 8 innings tonight at this pace. The 1-1. Fouled at the plate. Only one strikeout for Blackley. It came back in the first inning. Doesn't need a strikeout here, just needs an out.
And I think that's what we've seen lately of Blackley. He's a veteran guy that when he has to bear down, he finds another gear. And I think a lot what Josh did the last inning, he had been cruising along, and then when he had to bear down, he can go to the next level and really force you to have to battle as a hitter.
The 1-2. Check swing, up and away, 2-2. Bandits will send 5, 6, and 7 in their lineup against Kalmenter in the bottom half of this inning. They hope it's still in a scoreless tie. Blackley's 2-2. On a line to left field. It's a base hit, and it will give the Tuatara the first run of the ball game. Richard scores from second. Clark delivers again. He's been the Bandits' killer this series. A 2-out RBI single makes it 1-0 Auckland.
Well, Blackley had him in a good position right there. He wasted a pitch up out of the zone and came in on him, and Zach did a really good job with 2 strikes to stay inside the ball and barrel him up to left field, and that'll put the first run on the board for Auckland, and early on they put the pressure on Brisbane.
Now Bo Bishop, who drew a walk his first time up, a 4-pitch walk. And they've got Clark picked off. There's the good pickoff move from Blackley. In a rundown. Clark making the Bandits work for it, and Unroe finally tags him out to end the inning. Second out made on the base paths by Auckland tonight, but they do score the first run in the 4th. Chris Richards leads off the frame with a single, and he scores on Zach Clark's 2-out RBI single. Steve Mintz wants to know why that wasn't a balk, and Travis Blackley says, I know exactly what's a balk and what's not. Back after this on Bandits.tv.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like.
Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future.
How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there, and you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
Logan Wade leads off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits, now trailing the Auckland Tuatara by a score of 1-0. Tuatara's lone lead in this series prior to tonight came in the first inning of last night's ball game, and the Bandits promptly scored 3 runs to take a lead that they would not give up. 0-1 the count to Wade, who flew out to left his first time. Wade, Lutz, and Dutton for the Bandits. 40 pitches thrown by Josh Kalmenter, 30 of them for strikes. He's really been pumping the zone. 0-1, back to Kalmenter on a hop. He fields and throws for the first out of the 4th inning.
Here's a pitch right there. You see that late action, and that's what we're talking about. And I do agree, you know, when you mentioned earlier, his release point is he's probably sitting about that 12 o'clock arm slot, but a really late downward arm action. So normally when the guy comes over the top, it's a good straight four-seamer. But when you mention his velocity, throughout his big league career. It's never been a hard throw. When I say he's not a low to mid-90s type guy, but you can see where a lot of it is on his movement and his command of his second and third pitches.
Donald Lutz grounded a base hit past the first baseman Bishop his first time up. It was flagged by Richards, the second baseman, in the shift, but Lutz beat it out for an infield single. That brings the batting average up to 170 on the year. The Brisbane DH takes low and away, 1-1.
And that's where he's tough. Just a close pitch right there. It's called the ball, 1-1 now, but see where he comes from that release point, and he's a big man, really hard downward action.
Lutz sends it in the air to right field, in on the hands, and it falls in front of Brown. Donald Lutz is 2 for 2 tonight with a pair of singles.
I think he's got another broken bat. Again, just when we talk about a heavy ball, it seems to throw a heavy ball, and guys aren't really able to do much damage against him tonight.
Here's Wade Dutton. Dutton sent one to the warning track in right field his first time up. It was hauled in by Brown. Dutton, a spray hitter, can hit the ball well to all fields. Right now there's a big gap on the right side of the infield with the first baseman Bishop holding Lutz close. 0-1.
Yeah, defense is playing straight up. Obviously, Wade does utilize the whole field well. He drives the ball primarily to right field, but he can turn on a pitch up in the zone.
The 0-1 popped up right side. Second baseman Richards has his hands out and it falls behind him. Lutz had to stay close and they'll get him out anyway. Dutton trades places with Lutz. That gives the Bandits a little bit more speed on the bases, but now 2 outs. Twilight sky, that's tough.
Yeah, it is, and I was going to mention it is the twilight, so even though the lights are on, it isn't completely dark, and sometimes the ball color and the sky, they match up, so it's tough to pick up, but didn't panic in that situation, able to recover, and he got the force at second for out number 2.
2 down for Dan Nielsen. Nielsen with a soft line drive to right field, his first time up for a base hit. Dutton takes his lead at first. The pitch up and away, ball 1. Bandits have out-hit the Tuatara 4-3 to this point in the ball game. But they went 0 for 3 in the third with the bases loaded and nobody out. 1-0, slapped foul left side. Even a productive out in that situation would have brought a run home. Tuatara were conceding a run to try and get the double play. One. High fastball. Nielsen let go of the bat by one hand. He swung so hard. And he will adjust the batting gloves and step back in with a 1-2 count. Callmentor set. And now he steps off. Called strike 3. Again, a little bit of a confusion there, but Nielsen goes down looking. Third strikeout of the ball game for Callmentor. Dutton stranded at first. And we go to the 5th here in Brisbane. Tuatara on top, 1-0.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
The Auckland Tuatara lead the Brisbane Bandits 1-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning here in Brisbane. With Paul Emerick, this is Trixie, a very good dog, owned by a member of our Hailstorm TV production crew. And maybe Trixie can bring us some good luck. Hey, Trixie. Hi, Trixie. Trixie can smell Paul's food that he was eating and is a bit distracted right now. Very good dog. Trixie has been very, very patient today, and she's joined us in the broadcast booth. Travis Blackley has pitched well, but not as well as Josh Kalmenter so far tonight. Tuatara got a 2-out base hit from Zach Clark in the 4th inning. That has accounted for the only run of the ball game. Bo Bishop walked his first time up, was at the plate when Clark was picked off and caught stealing. And he fouls the first pitch 0-1.
Well, we talked about it earlier in the piece. You know, they scored 15 runs and the comfort of a pitcher. And all of a sudden now we've got a 1-0 ball game here. So it's been a pitcher's duel, to say the least. And these guys are pitching to their abilities.
High pitch, and Bishop deposits it into center field. Line drive base hit. For the second time in a row, the Tuatara have the leadoff man on. Bishop has now reached base both times. And here's Guiyan Shu.
It'd be interesting to see if they play a bit of small ball here and put a bit of pressure on Blackley. Blackley will obviously he'll show his potential, his good move, to see if they're going to show bunt early or if they allow him to swing the bat here in the 5th.
First pitch, a called strike to Guiyan Shu, who grounded to first his first time up. Blackley delivers to the plate, and the offering misses outside. Blackley ended the 4th inning with a pickoff of Zach Clark. One of the reasons that Blackley's pickoff move is so good, he has in muscle memory the exact 45-degree angle that he can drop his right foot down and still throw to first while appearing to throw home. That's how it gets so many base runners. And that's what Steve Mintz, the manager for Auckland, wanted to talk about going into the break. I mean, at this point, Blackley, 36 years old, he is not going to commit a balk. He knows what he needs to do, and he's done it enough where if an umpire thinks it's a balk, he's probably wrong. Is that?
Well, and you know what? He has established. I know speaking to him when he was with Seattle. There it is right there. Got him.
Got him. Second pickoff in as many innings, and Blackley steps at the 45-degree angle, the invisible line that you can throw to, and catches another base runner.
It is tough. You're right. It's what it looks like. It appears he's going home, and then all of a sudden, bam. It's really tough. Well, I spoke to him last year, and he actually came up with Seattle, and actually had a working session with Jamie Moore and thought Moore was going to work with him. And Jamie was a veteran lefty at the time, and I think he pitched well into his 40s, but it was actually to talk to him about his move. It was even as a young man, he had an outstanding move, and he was actually working with veteran lefties in the big league level.
2-2 the count. It's not just the feet, it's also the hips. You can see in Blackley's pickoff move, the hips fly open a little bit as if he's going home. And you were a good base runner in your time. Sometimes you pay attention to the hips and the shoulders as much as you do the feet.
Yeah, you do. And what makes him so deceptive is that arm slot drops down, and it looks like it's going to commit home. And then he actually just keeps that almost like a shortstop, throws from the side, and that's really throws everybody off. I've only seen a couple of guys actually read Blackley. There was one guy read him really well, so obviously more of a base stealing threat, so he picked up his tendencies early, but very few guys I've seen be able to read his move.
Two-two. Fouled into the Bandits' dugout. Nice pickup from Shane Watson there, barehanded. just a fantastic crowd here tonight. Unfortunately, they haven't had a whole lot to cheer about. Bandits have been held off the scoreboard after scoring 9 2 nights ago and 15 last night.
What's weird, obviously in the U.S., this would be a fantastic game. Always a pitcher's duel is
base hit right field.
For the purists, they love to see either a pitcher's duel or a high-scoring game. And tonight, with the big crowd and a full house on hand, the Bandits have actually been really shut down offensively with one opportunity of threat, and see if they can muster something against Josh later tonight.
This inning would look a lot different if Blackley hadn't picked off Bishop immediately following the leadoff single. Here's Kuo Chun Wei, the catcher who flew out to center field his first time up. Fastball misses, high ball 1. Blackley about to throw his 60th pitch of the night. 35 strikes, 24 balls. Not quite the ratio that he would like. The 1-0. And they've got another runner picked off. This time it's Shu. And in the rundown, Shu is tagged on the back by Wade Dutton. Looking in the scorecard, that is 3 consecutive batters who have singled and then been picked off, caught stealing. How often does that happen?
And that's what's going to happen to a young team. You see it again, see how that arm drops down and almost like it's going to commit home and then basically backdoors you, and then it becomes a foot race between the base paths. So once again, Blackley gets himself out of a situation with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 5th.
Auckland first base coach frustrated, maybe with his players and maybe with the lack of a balk call. He's close to the Bandits dugout there. Here's a foul pop behind first. Dutton over for a look, but it's well out of play. Is that Mintz, the manager, the first base coach?
No, he's not. Mintz is still in the dugout, but first base coach is now, he probably will be fined the next time a guy gets picked off.
Well, 2 singles, but 2 pickoffs in the inning. Kuo has a 1-1 count, and he takes down and in. There's the first base coach for the Tuatara. He's wearing a pullover. Can't identify him. But on the Suki Bowl replay we showed a few moments ago, you could see his head drop as soon as Blackley threw towards first because he knew his runner was dead meat. 3-1 the count. Now if Kuo reaches here, then he is going to have to stay very close to first base.
I saw a game where Blackley was pitching and they were taking a half a step off the bag just so they didn't get picked off, and that's probably what they're going to have to do. Just play Little League standard, keep your foot on the base.
3-2 the count. Payoff pitch coming. In a moment, Blackley steps off. Three-two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kuo goes down, second strikeout of the ball game for Travis Blackley, another Skyfleet Hino strikeout. And it sends us into break after 3 pickoffs from the left arm of Travis Blackley. Bats need to get going after this on Bandits.tv.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere.
And we have more than customers, we have fans.
It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots.
But no matter what, Enterprise can help.
You can rent a car for a road trip.
Look, kids, nature.
Oh, wow.
You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car.
Commute in a van pool.
Or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future.
How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. Get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there. And you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
The Auckland Tuatara lead the Brisbane Bandits 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Paul Gonzalez and Eric Bramer with you for Game 3 of this 5-game series. Bandits took the first 2 in convincing fashion, and now we have a pitcher's duel. Josh Kalmenter right now pitching just a little bit better than Travis Blackley. The Auckland righty will face 9-1-2 in the Bandits lineup. Battaglia, Unruh, and Bernard. Battaglia singled his first time up, and then he takes a breaking pitch for a called strike. Pitch misses inside, it's 1-1. Kalmenter's next is in the dirt low, 2-1.
Just watching Kalmenter tonight, he works very, very quickly and just giving Battaglia a different look with that first pitch breaking ball. And looks like just giving him a different look. Obviously, they've second time around the lineup, and Bandits will have to make the adjustments.
Working quickly and efficiently. This is pitch number 54, and it's served foul down the first base line. 54 pitches, 40 strikes.
And a lot of pitches on the hands, and that's really comes from that late action. And really the ball doesn't start to move till it's probably about 3 feet from home plate, which just runs on the hitter's hands tonight.
Battaglia sends it past Kalmenter, but the second baseman Richards is there. Ooh. His throw to first is wide, and Battaglia will reach on what should be an error by the Auckland second baseman.
Going to be a tough play right there, but he had time and he double pumped on it. And Battaglia's not a quick runner, but he gets down the line pretty good. And you see he comes down and gets a good angle on it, fields it cleanly, and then that's where he double pumps and then rushes his throw and pulls the first baseman off the bag, unable to convert. So that'll force Josh to work a little bit now in the 5th inning with the leadoff man on base.
High hop off the side of the mound, then a very low bounce on the edge of the dirt grass border. Richards was able to field it cleanly, but perhaps that threw his timing off a bit. Riley Unruh reached on a sacrifice bunt fielding error his last time up. He is 0 for 1 in total tonight. Kalmenter's pitch misses up high. Unruh and the Bandits want to give the Tuatara an out, but so far the count is 2-0.
With the positive right now, he's really putting a lot of pressure on the defense. So third baseman is pinching just to try to take away the drag bunt. What it does really opens up the left side of the diamond, and with the man on first base, you've got a big hole between first and second.
2-0, no sign of a bunt there, and it's 3-0. Unruh had 2 extra base hits last night, including a 3-run home run. You don't want to take the bat out of his hands 2 times in one ball game.
No, we mentioned last night as well, and he drove the ball into left center in one of his at-bats, and he looks really comfortable in the box.
Green light on 3-0, and it's hit about 8 inches.
Went backwards.
Trying to do the math in my head, and then I figured, well, I'm in Australia, I better convert it to the metric system. would have taken too long. It's a foul ball, 3-1. That's not the 3-0 result that Unruh was looking for.
No, he did have an aggressive swing as a leadoff man, 3-0. Normally you would see a guy potentially take a pitch in that situation.
3-1. Now a bunt, and it's back to the pitcher, Kalmenter. He has to hurry, and he throws on to first to retire Unruh for the first out. The sacrifice is successful. Second sacrifice bunt of the ballgame for Unruh, advancing Battaglia to second base. Kalmenter knows he does not have much time to make this play.
Yeah, comes up the mound quickly, and it's a really weird situation. You had a 3-0 green light, and then he lays the ball down. So good job by Kalmenter to bounce and get the speedy runner getting down the line. But now the Bandits have a runner in scoring position here with one out in the fifth.
Winton Bernard is 0 for 2. Grounded to short in the first, and then a strikeout with the bases loaded in the third. He will try and atone for that here. Breaking pitch left up. Bernard not expecting it, gets a piece of it and sends it back. Kalmenter's only clean inning came back in the first. 1-2-3, he set the Bandits down in order. He has worked himself in and out of trouble. Trying to do so again here in the fifth. The 0-1. Another pitch up. Bernard got a fastball and sent it straight back. He's been on a couple pitches tonight. Nothing to show for it yet. Now he's in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, and Kalmenter hasn't made many mistakes at all, and when he's had to bear it down, he's been able to go to another gear. So tonight he's really had the Bandits' number. Oh, we got a sprinkler on.
A sprinkler has gone off in center field. To quote the great baseball movie Bull Durham, we've got ourselves a natural disaster.
They're shut him down now, so Cooper Thompson.
And now we got another one. And just like that, we're done.
That was a crowd pleaser, to say the least. So got the crowd going and see if I can get the Bandits offense going as well.
And it happened at 7:21. I don't get that. Sometimes it'll happen, say, at like 11 o'clock, the automated timer, but whatever. Down and in, 1-2.
I think I saw it back in the day, way before you were born. At Atlanta Braves were playing, and Otis Nixon was playing center field, and the sprinklers went off, or one of his at bats, or or when he was in the outfield, and that was during a big league game. And
there was a geyser once too, I remember. Drainage pipe failed. Count remains 1-2. We've had a dog in the booth. We've had sprinklers going off.
But how many pickoffs?
Yeah, 3 consecutive singles followed by pickoffs. All in a night's work. Just missing outside. Good take from Bernard. We've pulled up the Otis Nixon clip, and wouldn't have taken much in those days to make Otis Nixon freak out, but that got him.
No, he was back with Atlanta. He was actually at the plate, and he hit a ball, and I think it was off Pedro Martinez's brother. Foul ball, and then set them all off. Wow, good pitch.
Breaking pitch gets Bernard. Second time that the Bandits' left fielder has gone down on strikes, and it will be left to Andrew Campbell.
Here's the pitch again. You see really late downward action, and he's been tough on the hitters all night, and really showcasing the 2 pitches. Hadn't thrown a lot of changeups tonight, but once again, that really hard 2-seam action on that fastball has been tough on the Bandits.
Campbell 0 for 2. He takes outside. Battaglia at second, trying to take advantage of the opening Tuatara error. The 1-0. Just missing the corner, 2-0. Bandits have just 4 hits. All of them are singles. Trying to tie it up. 3-0. First base is open. TJ Bennett waits on deck.
You would think with Unroe getting the green light 3-0, you'd definitely give Soupy Campbell green light in this situation. So see if they let him have a hack at this 3-0 pitch.
If you're the veteran commenter, you know that you can't give Campbell anything too good to hit. If Campbell got the green light, he didn't use it. He takes a called strike, and the count is 3-1.
And that's what a veteran guy does in that situation, even in a 3-0 situation, still threw that hard two-seamer down and away, and really not a lot that Soupy could potentially do with that pitch, so he takes, and still in a hitting count here, 3-1.
Just inside. A 5-pitch walk. Campbell prolongs the inning and takes first base with a base on balls. Commenter will receive some counsel on the mound. Looks like they may actually be making a pitching change.
Well, no, I
checking on his arm.
Yeah, just settle him in. That's Mintz.
Mintz out here.
Yeah, and Mincy, like I said, he pitched in the big leagues. He was came up with the Dodgers organization, and so he's just probably going to come in and settle him down as
the guy in a T-shirt, though.
It's the interpreter for the catcher.
Ah, that'll do it.
And sometimes it might be just Mincy might come out saying, you know, how much you miss him by, or just settle down. You got 2 tough hitters up here. What's your game plan? And just settle him back in, and just reading his body language in that situation. Even though he's a veteran arm, Mincy's a veteran manager, so he just wants to check in on his veteran, and he's pitched a brilliant ball game here in the 5th and hasn't conceded a run tonight.
TJ Bennett 0 for 2. Team leader in home runs with 7. Team leader in RBIs with 28. First pitch, breaking ball misses outside. Bennett averaging a run batted in per game. That'll play.
That'll play.
Battaglia at second, Campbell at first. Bennett chops it foul up the first base line. And that got Joel McInnes. Ouch. No surprise, but looking down there, there's no action in the Bandits bullpen. Commenter has thrown 73 pitches. 49 for strikes. The 1-1. Low and away. No hits in the inning for the Bandits. Battaglia reached on an error by the second baseman Richards. Campbell drew a walk. The 2-1. Fouled straight back, 2-2.
TJ got one up in the zone right there and didn't come up with it, so now he's got to continue to battle. He's facing a tough righty tonight.
Tuatara bullpen is a bit thin, especially given the first 2 games of this series. With Commenter's pitch count mounting, Bandits try and wear him down. The 2-2. Bennett swings and lifts a high fly ball into left. Clark is there, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. Bandits strand 2 more. In the last 4 innings, they have left 7 on base, and they still trail Auckland 1-0 as we go to the 6th here in Brisbane.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire? Kiss me, baby, touch me. Kiss me, baby, love me.
The Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trail the Auckland Tuatara 1-0 as we go to the top of the 6th inning at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Paul Gonzalez and Eric Bramer with you. Thanks again for making us a part of your Friday night plans. Travis Blackley has been solid, allowing just 2 singles in the 4th inning that led to 1 run. In total, he's allowed 5 hits, but he has picked off 3 batters with his outstanding pickoff move. 9-1-2 due up for the Tuatara. Luke Hansen, Eric Jenkins, and Chris Richards. Blackley's first is chopped foul up the third base line. Blackley with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts so far tonight. Hansen hit a foul fly to the third baseman his first time up. Blackley's 0-1. Called strike, it's 0-2. 66 pitches for Blackley, 40 of them for strikes. Bunch of different players sprawled out in the Bandits bullpen, but none of them are throwing right now. Called strike 3, breaking pitch, got Hansen. Third strikeout of the ballgame for Blackley, and all of them have come on the curveball.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, we went from a slugfest last night's game, and once again get a chance to see the replay on his pitch. Good downward action, and that's a good pitch by Blackley for the first out of the inning. But it has been a pitcher's duel, to say the least, and these 2 veterans have done an outstanding job for their ball clubs.
Eric Jenkins is 1 for 2 with a single in the third, but after reaching first, he tried to steal second and was cut down by the catcher, Ryan Battaglia. It's one of 4 outs the Tuatara have made on the bases tonight. They lead 1-0, but they've squandered a couple more opportunities by making unnecessary outs. In on the hands, ugly swing from Jenkins, and a foul ball got Battaglia and/or home plate umpire Toby Pinder.
Yeah, it's got him good. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He'll walk that off, but the foul ball comes off the bat. Battaglia's gone just to walk out, just to give Pinder a little bit of a break. And see the replay here, so you can see it just got him on. It's like the inner part of the leg,
thigh area, we'll say. So. Yeah, and why in the world are we showing this again? Inside of the
shin guard.
Yeah, so, right knee. Okay, not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
Still not going to feel good for Toby Pinder. The 1-1. Fouled into the Auckland dugout, 1-2. Blackley looks in. The lefty comes set. The 1-2. Chopped right side. Unruh fields and shovels it. A basketball pass onto first for the second out of the 6th inning.
it's a really good play by Unruh, and he makes it actually look easier than what it is. He's so quick with his first step and able just to shuffle past to first base, but he knows he's got to get rid of the ball, particularly with Jenkins, the way he gets down the line.
Jenkins beat out an infield single his last time up. This time he's retired, and Chris Richards will bat. Richards led off the 4th inning with a single, took second on a wild pitch, and scored the game's only run on Zach Clark's 2-out single. Blackley has a chance to get through 6 innings on less than 75 pitches. He's thrown 72 before the 1-0. Doubleheader coming tomorrow. 7 innings and then 9 innings. Tim Atherton and Ryan Simpler going for the Bandits. 1-0 on the inside corner, a called strike.
Just saw where the Mariners acquired another Japanese player today, and
Kikuchi.
Yeah, so he'll fill the big shoes of another great Japanese player. Say the least.
Kikuchi, an ABL alum, played for the Melbourne Aces. Swing and a miss. The count is 1-2. The photo that everyone was using of Kikuchi had him in a Melbourne Aces jersey from his time in the ABL. And my friend Scott with the league probably took that photo and is making some money off of it. 1-2 the count.
And we talked about it, just part of the pathway program for a lot of major league organizations has been through the Australian Baseball League. A number of players have come through the ABL for different franchises and not just become big leaguers, but established big leaguers, which is great to see, because in essence they see it as part of their development programs.
Blackley's 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 6th inning for Travis Blackley. Bandits still trail Auckland 1-0.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere.
And we have more than customers, we have fans.
It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like.
Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future.
How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there, and you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trying to push across the first run of the ball game. They trail Auckland 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Josh Kalmenter, a 7-year Major League veteran, hasn't been his best tonight, but he's been pretty darn good, especially when he gets runners on base. He has allowed 4 hits and a walk, 2 errors behind him as well. But he's left 7 men on base in the last 4 innings, and he will face 5, 6, and 7 in the Bandits lineup.
And that's what veteran guys are going to do. They're going to get tougher when men get in scoring position, and they make you earn any run, and that's why these guys pitch in the big leagues. You look at his overall record in the big leagues; he was a solid pitcher throughout his career, and he continues to pitch well here in the ABL.
Logan Wade is 0 for 2. The switch hitting shortstop takes a strike and a ball. Wade in his second series back after a shoulder injury that kept him out the first 6 weeks of the season. Spins one foul, it's 1-2. Wade batting .296, 2 homers, both of them coming in Wednesday night's makeup game, and 8 RBI. Callmenter's 1-2. Hit on a line, fair, down the line, into the right field corner. Wade around first, on his way to second, he slides in with a leadoff double. Callmenter visibly furious at himself over giving Logan Wade a pitch to hit on 1 and 2.
Yeah, he was, and that's the thing. You know, he made a mistake, and he hasn't made many all night, so he's frustrated with himself, especially with the big man at the plate who has the ability to hook the ball the right side of the diamond and advance the runner into scoring position. So we've seen him tonight battle, and I think he'll continue to battle and really put a lot of pressure on this offense tonight.
He's still fuming at himself. Can't knock the fire. Love to have that in every player. Here's Donald Lutz, 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Lutz, a left-handed hitter, can make a productive out as long as he hits it to the right side. Tried to pull that one, but into the seats, 0-1. There are no seats to right field, but it's an expression.
There's a house. I think we saw Goofy put one over it yesterday.
David Sutherland with a long home run in last night's Bandits win. Time called at home plate. Callmenter up to 81 pitches, 55 for strikes. Still a great ratio, but he has been a bit more hit and miss in the zone in the last couple innings. Oh, one misses wide, 1-1. Bandits loaded the bases with no outs in the third, didn't score. Sacrificed a man to second with one down in the fifth and did not score. We'll see what they can do with the leadoff double. The 1-1. Lutz hits it on the ground right side. It will be that productive out as Bishop flips to Callmenter with Wade taking third in the process.
That's a good at-bat by Lutz, and that's what you need from your veteran guy, just productive outs and productive at-bats, and able to get the ball the right side, which advances Logan to third and gives Wade Dutton an opportunity to tie this ball game here in the sixth.
Wade Dutton stands in, looking briefly around the league. Geelong, Korea, and the Bite are tied 1-1 in Adelaide in the sixth. Top 5 in Canberra. Sydney Blue Sox lead the Cavalry 8-3, and scoreless in the sixth in Melbourne between the Aces and the Perth Heat. Wade Dutton is 0 for 2, lined out to right and reached on a fielder's choice. Infield playing in, trying to protect a 1-0 Auckland lead. Dutton thought the first pitch was inside. Instead, it's a called strike, and it's 0-1. Dutton rips a base hit to left field. Wade scores from third, and the Bandits tie it up 1 apiece here in the sixth inning.
That actually sparks the crowd here tonight, and they haven't had a lot to cheer about, and got everybody going. So Bandits are back in this now, tied 1 here in the sixth, and that's really the only chink we've seen in his armor tonight.
Pitch count continues to mount. It's up to 85. From our perspective on the third base line, we cannot see the Auckland bullpen, but you have to imagine it is warming. Here's Dan Nielsen, 1 for 2 with a single. Check of Dutton at first. He doesn't need to dive. Ball 1 misses to Nielsen. Bandits have added to their roster, and they can do so here in round 8 because of the 5-game series. Nielsen early, it's 1-1 after the foul headed for our cameraman down the first base line. Bandits will have to pare down the roster a little bit in round 9 and then pare it down even more for round 10 to go on the road. They have the advantage of using the developmental slots for some of their guys here playing in Brisbane. Dutton takes off, hit and run, swing and a miss. The throw down to second, not in time. Looked like a hit and run. Nielsen chased down, but it turns into a stolen base, and the Bandits have the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Yeah, good opportunity right there for the Bandits to put a runner in scoring position, and a really good jump by Dutton, able to beat that out fairly easy. So now the Bandits have an opportunity to capitalize with the man on second.
Second steal of the year for Dutton. The count is 1-2 at the plate. Ryan Battaglia waits on deck. Colmenter delivers. Nielsen lets a high fly ball into right. Brown in now, back, settles underneath it, makes the catch. Dutton bluffs the tag, but stays at second base. 2 down, it'll be left to Ryan Battaglia. Dan Nielsen just got underneath that one. Even in this hitter-friendly ballpark, the wind wasn't enough to push it out deep enough. Ryan Battaglia has reached both times. In the third with a single, in the fifth on an error by the second baseman Richards. Bandits have tied it up here in the 6th inning. Leadoff double from Logan Wade was followed by a 1-out RBI single off the bat of Wade Dutton. Pitch to Battaglia, misses up high, ball 1. Battaglia batting .238 on the year with 3 homers, including 1 2 nights ago. Tried to hit another one there. Swings and misses. 1-1 the count. One and two on the corner, and Battaglia, tonight's catcher for the Bandits, just wants that called in the top halves of the inning too. Colmenter a strike away, keeping this a tie ball game. The righty's 1-2. Breaking pitch just misses the outside corner. Quo, the catcher, held it, but didn't get the call.
Good pitch right there, and see if he can get him to potentially chase it out of the zone. So now as a hitter, he's got to really try to guess and see if he can get something he can put in play.
Dutton has good speed at second. He will be off on contact. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Battaglia fans. That's strikeout number 5 for Josh Colmenter, whose night may be done. He surrenders the lead as the Bandits tie it up in the 6th inning. Logan Wade's leadoff double comes home to score as Brisbane finally gets a hit with a man in scoring position. We go to the 7th in a pitcher's duel, 1 apiece on Bandits.tv.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Yeah!
Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you,
Archer! Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Full house here in Brisbane as the Bandits tie it up in the 6th inning against the Auckland Tuatara, and Travis Blackley is back out there for the top of the 7th inning with a new lease on life. Blackley will face the heart of the Tuatara order, Snyder, Brown, and Clark. With a healthy pitch count and only 5 hits allowed, all of them singles. First pitch, a swing and a miss from Taylor Snyder, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of flies to center field. Pitch number 78 on the night coming for Blackley. Chopped on the ground towards third. Low hop for Bennett, but he gloves it, and he throws on target across the diamond for the first out.
Good play right there by Bennett. It does a typical third baseman, takes the back step and gets the big hop and squares up, makes a good throw for out number 1. And once again, Blackley really working down in the strike zone and still continues to be really efficient here in the 7th.
The Bandits, I'm sure, would love to get Blackley through the 7th inning, but they have double-barreled action in the bullpen right now with the lefty Ken Frosch and the righty Sam Holland both loosening. Here's Max Brown. Brown drops down a bunt, a good one, down the third base line, and Bennett has no chance. Infield single for Max Brown, who saw the infield playing back and didn't hurry things. He just squared up, made sure that he watched the ball hit the bat, and that was a perfect bunt down the third base line.
Yeah, really good bunt right there and put a little bit of pressure. It'd be interesting to see how aggressive he is on first. We did talk about if another runner got picked off, there might be a fine for the first base coach, so see how close he and how tight he plays at first.
Blackley has picked off 3 runners tonight, all in sequence. The 3rd out of the 4th and the first 2 outs of the 5th. Tuatara also had a man caught stealing second. That was Eric Jenkins to end the 3rd. Clark was picked off after a RBI single. And now Brown just gets back. Zach Clark drove in the lone run of the game for the Tuatara. 2-out RBI single back in the 4th. Here's another look. High throw from Blackley. If it's right on the base, they may have another out. Another one. Clark had a 2-home run game last night. Prospect in the Milwaukee Brewers system. He sends it hard on the ground through the hole on the left side. Bunt single followed by a clean single to left field. The Tuatara have 2 men on. We'll see how long the leash is for Travis Blackley.
Just checking, they're checking to see if Erasmus is hot, and he's given the wave of the cap, which means he's hot. So Bennett's going to come out and potentially give him a little bit more time or probably talk him out of it. So you got the righty at the plate and see if they potentially bring in the sidearm throwing Sam Holland in this situation.
Pitching coach Jim Bennett out for the visit. Bo Bishop will bat. Lefty Guion Shu due up after that. 6 and 7 hitters in the Tuatara lineup. Bandits have just tied up the ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Blackley doesn't want to give Auckland the lead right back. .80 pitches now for Blackley. No extra base hits on the ledger. 7 singles. Bo Bishop is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Dangerous right-handed hitting first baseman. First pitch, a fastball, misses just inside and low, ball 1.
Blackley wanted that one. You can just read his body language a little bit. He executed his pitch location, didn't get it. So he just got to make sure he stays focused, particularly in this tough situation with first and second and 1 out here in the 7th.
Brown at second, Clark at first. The 1-0 to Bishop. Missing low. Dangerous pitch here. Blackley does not want to go 3-0. But you cannot give Bishop a cookie. And now Blackley steps off. Battaglia, the catcher, running through the signs. Frosch and Holland both look ready. The 2-0 to Bishop. Chop to third. Charging is Bennett. He gets the out at third, and the scoop at first completes the double play. 7 solid innings for Travis Blackley, perhaps ended by a clutch 5-3 double play started by TJ Bennett. Stretch time here in Brisbane. It's a 1-1 tie between the Bandits and the Tuatara.
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
Travis Blackley would like to get the win tonight. More importantly, the Bandits would like to get the win. They would clinch a series victory and take their 3rd straight here at home. Full house at One Hub Stadium powered by Optus. The Bandits tied it up in the 6th inning, and they send the top third of their order up against Josh Kalmenter in the 7th. Unroe, Bernard, and Campbell. Bit surprised to see Josh Kalmenter back out there, or is this just a factor of Auckland not having a very deep bullpen?
Well, I think he's done a brilliant night, and to be honest with you, he's only had 1 threat, and he actually got himself out of that inning, and he's actually been pitching a fantastic ball game, and the Bandits haven't really worked him out tonight. So I think with the top of the lineup, Mincy feels confident in his veteran to continue to pitch here in the 7th.
Kalmenter finishes his warm-up tosses to the strains of Sweet Caroline, and here's Riley Unroe. Unroe is 0 for 1. His last 2 times up, he dropped down a sacrifice bunt. He ultimately reached his first time. He did not in the 5th. But for a team that almost never sacrifices with the bunt, strange to see a player do it in consecutive at-bats. He'll be swinging away here almost certainly. Swing away he does. He's early on an off-speed pitch from Kalmenter. It's 0-1.
I think that's that change-up and really good arm action right there, and gets Unroe out in front. So that's his 3rd pitch, and just giving these guys a different look.
Kalmenter went for the outside corner and missed. 1-1 the count. 96 pitches for the Tuatara starter. 65 for strikes. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Unroe dropped the shoulder there. He was trying to elevate and celebrate. 1-2.
Now he's got to find a way with his speed, particularly find a way to get on base and see if he can generate some offense for his ball club.
Called strike 3. Unrow down. Strikeout number 6 for Kalmenter. And whether it's been a factor of the strike zone or deception, Kalmenter has gotten a lot of strikeouts looking.
Yeah, he has. Look at that pitch in good location. There's not a lot you can do with the pitch, particularly with that late action on the outer half. So continues to be very efficient here in the 7th inning and really keeping his ball club in it.
Looked like it was caught outside the zone, but with the tail it may have clipped the corner. Quentin Bernard takes inside ball 1. Bernard 0 for 3. Pair of strikeouts his last 2 times up. In the 3rd, it came with the bases loaded. In the 5th, it was with a runner at 2nd. Lays off the breaking pitch. It's 2-0.
We did talk about earlier in the game, particularly with 2 veteran big league arms on the bump. It's about who's going to capitalize with opportunities, and really both clubs have battled to capitalize on any opportunities, and Bandits didn't come up early, but both pitchers have done a brilliant job tonight.
Bernard laid on the high fastball, 2-1 the count. Now he sends it foul down the first base line.
Ooh, got a good
and a nice catch made by a fan. All right. A souvenir and a snack. Best of both worlds.
So one thing I found when I first came to Australia in '92 to play for the Bandits is the fans' ability to bare-hand catch, forgetting that cricket's their primary sport. So
right.
It's a day at the yard for them without having the need of a mitt.
This game almost 2 hours old. We're already in the bottom of the 7th inning. Good pace with 2 good pitchers on the mound. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kalmenter as he gets Bernard for the 3rd time tonight. 7 strikeouts for the Tuatara starter, and 2 up, 2 down for Andrew Campbell.
Yeah, once again, just look at the action on this pitch. It really works down and in on the hitter, and just haven't been able to make the adjustment all night. He's been, once again, very effective for his ball club.
Campbell 0 for 2 with a walk. He swings and misses at the first offering. Pitch number 105 for Kalmenter. He is pitching for an audience, and he's going as deep as he can. 1-1 the count. The pitch bounced in the dirt.
Pitcher tried to frame that one.
It's not cricket. Two-1 coming to Andrew Campbell. Chop to first, fielded by Bishop. It's a 1-2-3 7th inning for Josh Kalmenter, who just keeps on ticking. We go to the 8th, 1 apiece between Auckland and Brisbane on Bandits.tv.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere.
And we have more than customers, we have fans.
It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots.
But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip.
Look, kids, nature.
Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car.
Commute in a van pool.
Or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future.
How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there, and you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
Travis Blackley is done. Ken Frosch enters for the Bandits in an Alderley Hire pitching change. Frosch on the year, 1 win, no losses, a 1.35 ERA. He struck out 14 batters in 13 1/3 innings. He will face the bottom third of the Tuatara lineup, beginning with the lefty Guion Shu. Travis Blackley done after 7 innings. He allowed 1 run on 7 hits, all of them singles. He walked 1, struck out 4, and picked off an astounding 3 batters. ERA down to 3.12 for the veteran, and as the Bandits look forward to another hopefully long postseason couple weeks, good to see Travis Blackley working into shape.
Yeah, he threw the ball outstanding tonight, and when he did get in a little bit of trouble, he was able to get himself out, pitch down in his zone, work ahead in the count, and once again his pickoff move worked to his advantage tonight. But outstanding ball game for Travis Blackley.
Guion Shu is 1 for 2 with the single his last time up. He moves his feet at a down and in pitch, 1-0. Frosch set. The 1-0. Chopped foul up the first base line. Looking around the league, it's still tied up 1 apiece in Adelaide between the Bite and Geelong Korea. Geelong Korea can help out the Bandits there and every other competitive team in the league by knocking the Bite back to the 500 mark. Canberra trails Sydney 8-4. Cavalry hosting that one, batting in the bottom of the 6th. And Melbourne has just taken a 1-0 lead over the Perth Heat. They bat in the bottom of the 7th. Check swing and a strike. The count is 1-2. Cavalry come here next week for the final home round of the regular season. The Bandits end the season on the road in Geelong against Geelong Korea, one of the 2 expansion teams in the league this year.
There's definitely something in the air tonight. You've got, with the exception of the Sydney-Canberra game, there's a lot of zeros on the board tonight.
There's a strikeout on the board for Ken Frosch, a Skyfleet Hino strikeout, his first after Blackley fanned 4 in his 7 innings.
Here's a pitch again, and I tell you what, as a left-handed hitter, I do not want to face Frosch. He's tough on lefties. That arm slot that he comes from, he's on the far side of the rubber on the first base side. So for a left-handed hitter, he's almost in your back pocket, and then his release point's behind you. So it'd be really tough to hang in there as a left-handed batter.
Here's Kuo Chun Wei, 0 for 2, Tuatara catcher. He takes ball 1. The pitch, a called strike, 1-1. Frosch delivers. Called strike. There's something in Frosch's delivery, the way he just kind of pushes the ball from that low 3/4 arm slot on the left side, that is very difficult for batters to pick up, whether they are left-handed or right-handed.
Yeah, righties struggle against him as well. If you look.
Right back off the middle, a base hit for Kuo. He represents the go-ahead run, and he stands at first with 1 down in the 8th.
Yeah, where his arm slot is, but he really hides the ball for a long time, and sometimes it's not necessarily the velocity. It looks like David's going to make a pitching change here, so gave him his shot, and he'll mix it up, and he'll bring in a righty. Looks like Sam Holland will come in. Can't really see.
That is Holland, and we will have more on the new Bandits pitcher after this on Bandits.tv.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
Sam Holland enters the ballgame for the Bandits in an Alderley Hire pitching change. Ken Frosch faced 2 batters, struck out 1, allowed a single to another. He's responsible for Kuo Chun Wei at first base. Holland, 1-0 on the year with a 4.22 ERA, will face Luke Hansen in the 9th spot. And barring a double play, the lineup will turn over for Eric Jenkins. Holland makes his 13th appearance, 10th out of the bullpen. We saw him earlier in this series in the makeup game. 2 nights ago, he went 2 scoreless against the Tuatara. Combine that with an inning and a third scoreless in Auckland earlier this season over 2 appearances, and he has been outstanding. In fact, he has not yet allowed a base hit to anybody. 3 1/3 without a hit. He did walk a batter and hit a batter 2 nights ago. Luke Hansen is 0 for 2. Holland, 24 years old, a Brisbane native, is in his 5th year with his hometown Bandits. First pitch misses low, ball 1. Tuatara have 1 run on 8 hits. They've committed 2 errors. For the Bandits, 1 run on 6 hits. No errors for them. The 1-0, a bunt and a bluff. It's low, 2-0. One down, so it would be quite the strategic decision to give up an out here. Eric Jenkins, the speedy leadoff man, waits on deck. 2-0. 3-0. Holland is a strike thrower, 9 walks and 21 1/3 this year. But he issues a 4-pitch walk to Luke Hansen to begin his outing. That pushes Kuo into scoring position as the go-ahead run. Now Eric Jenkins. Jenkins has game-changing speed, and we saw it in evidence in the 3rd inning when he beat out an infield single. Here comes Jim Bennett, the pitching coach, to talk with Sam Holland. Nobody throwing, it doesn't look like, in the Bandits bullpen, but some stretching. The hope is that Holland can get through this inning and maybe even the 9th inning if it's still a tie ball game. But he needs to find the strike zone first.
He will, particularly with the speedy runner of Jenkins. So it'll be really tough guy to double up. With the man on first and second, they won't be holding the runner on, so he'll have an extended lead at first. So allow him to create a little bit of havoc on a double play ball and allow Jenkins to get down the line. So just a little chat right there just to make him aware of the situation and get him back in the zone.
Kuo at second, Hansen at first. Tuatara took a 1-0 lead in the top of the 4th inning on Zach Clark's 2-out RBI single. Brisbane tied it up in the bottom of the 6th with Wade Dutton's 1-out RBI single scoring Logan Wade. First pitch to Jenkins. Not even close.
Sammy a little struggling to find the zone tonight, and it's a big situation for the Bandits here in the 8th with a tie ball game.
Matt Timms not throwing a baseball, but getting warm down there. There's a swing and a miss, and Jenkins is going to try and spring a surprise on Holland with a swing. He comes up empty. The 1-1. Fouled straight back, 1-2. Jenkins was on that. But now Holland is a strike away from fanning the Tuatara leadoff man. Holland's 1-2. Lifted foul, third base side out of play. Another reminder that tomorrow's doubleheader will have a first pitch of game 1 at 2:30 local time. Nightcap will begin at 6 o'clock. If you can't make it to the ballpark, ABL TV will have the broadcast. Another 1-2. Jenkins takes it, called strike 3. Big second out for Sam Holland, and that will leave it to Chris Richards, another Skyfleet Hino strikeout.
Yeah, get a chance to see the replay, and just really good pitch on the outer half, and just got him to freeze looking on that pitch. So big pitch by Sam Holland in the Brisbane Bandits, but he's still got his work cut out with man on first and second and 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
Chris Richards is 1 for 3 with a single and a pair of strikeouts. He takes a belt-high strike. Richards requests time, and it is granted by home plate umpire Toby Pinder. The 0-1. Richards chops it to third. Bennett fields and throws. A scoreless top of the 8th inning for Ken Frosch and Sam Holland. And we remain tied 1 apiece as we go to the bottom half here in Brisbane on Bandits.tv.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere.
And we have more than customers, we have fans.
It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there, and you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
Bandits and Tuatara are tied as we go to the bottom of the 8th here at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Josh Collmenter's day is done. He will leave with a no decision, and like Travis Blackley on the Brisbane side, he deserved better than that. 7 solid innings for the Major League veteran, and in an Alderley higher pitching change, we see Taki Toshiro warming up. Toshiro, a lefty, and he will face lefty switch lefty Bennett, Wade, and Lutz in the middle of the Bandits batting order. Toshiro, 21 years old, no wins, no losses, 4.15 ERA on the season. This will be his 4th appearance. We have not seen Toshiro in this series. As we take a look at the no errors race, neck and neck. Boy, that was a close one today.
I think he missed a few gears. He went from 3rd to 5th, and then he tried to downshift back into 4th and wasn't able to engage.
Transmission was coughing a little bit.
Coughing a bit. Always a great activation. Plenty of kids out there tonight. Yeah, Josh threw an amazing game tonight. You on that line, 7 innings, 6 hits, only 1 run and 1 earned, and 7 punch outs on the night. So him and Blackley both pitched outstanding tonight. And it's anybody's ball game here, still tied at 1.
Matt Timms is warming. Looks like he will get the 9th, whether it's a tie or a Bandits lead. TJ Bennett is 0 for 3. He last flew out to left field. Ball one misses low. We also have a defensive change. Chris Richards moves from second to first. Bo Bishop moves from first to catcher. And Nick Tanalou is in the game as the second baseman. Fouled straight back to the screen, 1-1.
Tell you what, sometimes after the outing Cole Minter had tonight, you probably in the dugout almost as a relief going, they've got a different look now on the bump, so see if the Bandits can make an early adjustment here against the lefty.
High and tight, and the count is 2-1 to Bennett. And looking back, I believe we had an unannounced pinch runner as well. Perhaps during the Frosch to Holland pitching change, Quo was pinch run for at catcher, and that explains why he's no longer in the ballgame. 2-1, and now Toshiro steps off. The 2-1. Up and in, 3-1.
Just watching David in the dugout, he's actually got Delakai actually getting a helmet on, so it'll be interesting to see. And also, he's got Mitch Nielsen with the bat in his hands as well. So Delakai and Nielsen now look like there's a little bit of movement in the dugout. So it looks like David is maybe looking at the lefty situation.
5-pitch walk to TJ Bennett begins the bottom of the 8th inning. Bandits have the go-ahead run on base. And Logan Wade will bat, but stepping into the on-deck circle in Donald Lutz's spot is Mitch Nielsen. That can change as long as he's not announced in the ballgame. But interesting to see that. Perhaps with the lefty on the mound, they opt for the switch hitter Nielsen, who can bat from the right side instead of the lefty Lutz. First things first, here's Logan Wade. 1 for 3 with a double. He drops down a bunt, and it's popped foul behind him off the screen, 0-1.
And the thing is it an early decoy to potentially force the righty, then you can swap and put Lutzy back in if you don't announce him as a batter?
I don't think the Tuatara would make a pitching change until
exactly right.
Nielsen
stepped in the box.
Enters. But again, Nielsen is a switch hitter, so he could bat from both sides. Another bunt attempt from Wade, another foul, and it's 0-2.
And this is the part of the game where we are at the business end. It is the 8th inning, tied 1-1, and you start looking at scenarios and not preempting playoffs, but it's where you do have to execute. So now Logan's got to find a situation, find a way to advance the runner and put him in scoring position to give the Bandits an opportunity to put the go-ahead run across the plate.
You've been here longer than I have, but this is definitely a change in typical strategy for David Nielsen, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, but David's mind works completely different, so he'll play different scenarios, and he's got a little bit of flexibility with switch hitters.
Hit hard on the ground to second, maybe two. On to Snyder and on to first. Bandits' leadoff walk is erased on a 4-6-3 double play. Tanalou to Snyder to Richards. Tailor-made right here.
Yeah, it was. Ball hit hard, but unfortunately right at the second baseman, and easy conversion on two, and the lefty gets himself out of an early jam.
And with nobody on base anymore, it will be Lutz batting. No pinch hitter. They will save Nielsen for perhaps the 9th or 10th or 11th innings. Lutz is 2 for 3. He's had a nice night, a pair of singles.
I think it's a time where David would like to see him unleash on something up in the zone and hit one about 500 feet. So
no one here would mind that, I don't think. Toshiro's first. Lutz tried to unload. He swings and misses. Lutz delivered the game-winning 2-run double in Sydney last weekend. That came in the 8th inning in a game that Blackley started. 1-1 the count. Veteran is no stranger to coming through in big opportunities. Despite his struggles this season, he still has that in him. The 1-1. Little pop-up behind third, and in foul territory, Hansen makes the catch. Bandits squander the leadoff walk, and Taki Toshiro faces just 3 men in the 8th inning. We go to the 9th, all tied up. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Bandits TV.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer! Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Back at One Hump Stadium, powered by Optus in Brisbane. Bandits and Tuatara knotted up at 1 going to the top of the 9th inning in Game 3 of this 5-game series. First 2 games were laughers. Bandits took them both. But tonight, Josh Kalmenter and Travis Blackley locked horns, each delivering 7 innings and giving up just 1 run. Sam Holland got the final 2 outs of the 8th inning, and with the bullpen dormant right now, he's out there to begin the 9th. He will face the heart of the Tuatara lineup, beginning with Taylor Snyder. Another pitcher's duel in Adelaide. Bite and Geelong Korea tied at 1, that one going to the bottom of the 9th inning. And in Melbourne, the Aces are trying to defeat the Perth Heat. They lead 1-0 in the top of the 9th. Sydney Blue Sox lead the Cavalry in Canberra 8-4, that one in the 7th. 1-1 the count here to Taylor Snyder, 0 for 3 on the night. Takes low and away. Holland has thrown 14 pitches, 7 strikes, 7 balls, and he delivers low again, 3-1. He walked Luke Hansen, the 9-batter, the first man he faced, on 4 pitches. Bounced back to strike out Eric Jenkins and got Chris Richards on a grounder to third to strand a pair. Line drive too tall for Bennett and into the left field corner. Snyder rounding first on his way to second. He's in with a stand-up double, and the Tuatara have the go-ahead run in scoring position to begin the 9th inning.
Yeah, good job of hitting right there. Got himself into a hitting count and got a pitch up in the zone, able to get it over TJ's head for a stand-up double, and that's a good lead for the Tuatara here in the 9th with the man on second base.
Now we'll see how the Tuatara can play situational baseball. Saw the Bandits trying to drop down a couple bunts in this ball game to mixed success. Max Brown singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3 tonight. And the easy play here would be to call for a bunt down the third base line to try and push Snyder up to third.
Well, he bunts well, and you got a tough righty on the bump, so third baseman, first baseman are pinching.
Brown squares, pulls back, and takes a ball inside. First baseman Dutton was charging. Holland in charge of the left side of the infield, and the third baseman Bennett was hanging back to maybe try and slap a tag down on Snyder. The 1-0. No sign of a bunt there. Brown was swinging away, and he sends it foul atop the Bandits' dugout.
Obviously, with the corners charging, he gave him a chance to have a free swing right there. It'll be interesting to see if he changes things up and gets him to bunt, or he puts pressure on the Bandits' defense.
Bandits will send the bottom third of their lineup in the bottom of the 9th inning. One fouled at the plate off of foot, and it's 1-2. Taylor Snyder begins the top of the 9th inning with a double into the left field corner. He takes his lead at second. Holland's 1-2. Swing and a miss. He gets Brown for the first out of the 9th inning. Huge strikeout for Sam Holland, another Sky Fleetino strikeout.
Yeah, really big pitch by Sam Holland. Little slider away and in a great location. You look at the late action, starts on the outer half and just breaks away from Brown for out number 1, and that's a big out for the Brisbane Bandits. So they're going to put the runner on. That's the intentional walk, and always the new rule. They don't actually have to throw any pitches. They allow the runner to advance. He's probably one of the hottest hitters for Tuatara over the series.
Clark hit 2 homers last night and has a pair of singles today, including the only RBI of the ballgame for Auckland. So he trots down to first. That sets up the double play for Bo Bishop, someone who can definitely hit into one. In fact, he hit into one his last time up, a hard grounder to third, with runners at first and second, and 1 down in the 7th inning. Bishop is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. And takes a called strike. Snyder at second, Clark at first. Both with good speed. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Holland in the driver's seat. Got him! Back-to-back strikeouts, sandwiching the intentional walk. 2 down in the 9th inning. It will be left to Guiyan Shu.
Really good pitch and just elevates the fastball up in the zone, and Bo's not able to catch up with him. That's a big out for the Brisbane Bandits, but he's still got his work cut out. The man on first and second here in the 9th.
3 strikeouts for Sam Holland in an inning and a third. Shu is 1 for 3 with a single. He takes low and away ball 1. Nick Tanalou is on deck. He entered as a pinch runner in the 8th inning. He has not batted yet. Bandits hope he doesn't bat here in the 9th. The 1-0. Shu swings and misses. Holland calls time, rosins himself up on this warm night here in Brisbane. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Sam Holland is amped up, and he is trying to ride that adrenaline rush to a scoreless top of the 9th inning. First 2 outs came on strikeouts. Snyder still at second after the leadoff double. Got him! Sam Holland strikes out the side, working around the leadoff double, and he puts up a 0 in the top of the 9th inning. We are still tied at 1, and the Bandits will try and walk it off when we come back.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
Brandon Markland comes on for the Auckland Tuatara in an Alderley Hire pitching change, trying to send this game to extra innings. The Bandits tied it up in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Sam Holland pulled a Houdini act in the top of the 9th, working around a leadoff double, striking out the side to keep it tied.
Yeah, brilliant job by Sammy right there, and he just bared down when he needed to after the leadoff double. And that was a very big point, an opportunity for Auckland to take advantage of, weren't able to capitalize. And now are the Bandits able to put up a run here in the 9th to try to win this ball game.
Markland, born in Vancouver, British Columbia, went to school in Tennessee. On the year, no wins, no losses, a 2.81 ERA in 11 relief outings. He will face the bottom 3rd for the Bandits, beginning with Wade Dutton, followed by Dan Nielsen and Ryan Battaglia, with a couple big boppers still available off the bench for David Nielsen. Dutton tied the ball game with an RBI single in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3 in total. The first pitch, high and tight. Dutton turns away.
So defensively, they're playing no doubles, so outfield's playing fairly deep, and the corners are actually pinching the lines and obviously prevent a double.
The 1-0. On the corner, a strike, 1-1. Bandits have one walk-off win this season. It came in the round 3 finale here against the Sydney Blue Sox. Andrew Campbell with a walk-off single off the center field wall in the bottom of the 10th inning. The 1-1 to the right side, fielded by Richards, and Markland, the pitcher, covers quickly for the first out. Auckland walked off the Bandits in their first ever home game back in round 2. It was an unconventional walk-off, throwing error on a pickoff attempt to third, but a walk-off nonetheless. Dan Nielsen will bat. He's 1 for 3 with a single back in the 3rd inning. Taki Tashiro pitched a scoreless 8th. Nielsen takes low ball 1. Ryan Battaglia due up next in the 9 spot, but David Sutherland is putting some pine tar on his bat. He steps into the on-deck circle. The 1-0. Nielsen taps it right back to the pitcher. It pops out of the glove of Markland, and he has no play. The easiest of plays can be made difficult when you are on a sloped surface, and Markland just missed it.
Good hustle by Nielsen out of the box. Did not hit the ball hard, but he broke out of the box on a full sprint and put a bit of pressure on the pitcher, able to leg it out, and now the Bandits threaten, and the local hero steps to the plate, and David Goofy Sutherland.
Sutherland hasn't quite gotten the bat going this season, but he is coming off of the most impressive home run of the season. An absolute no-doubt shot to right last night.
It did. It was very impressive by Sutherland. He did drive one deep to right field.
First pitch, change of speeds, down and in, ball one. Sutherland, 33 years old, out of Brisbane, on the year batting .213 with 5 homers and 12 runs batted in. He takes down again, 2-0.
Well, now that puts Sutherland in hitting count right here, so if obviously he gets a four-seamer or something he can drive, he'll try to barrel this up and shoot this ball in a gap.
Nielsen at first after the pitching error. He represents the winning run. The 2-0 pitch to Sutherland. Big swing and a miss. He was trying to send these fans home happy. Sellout crowd tonight at One Hub Stadium, powered by Optus. Expecting another sellout tomorrow. Brandon Markland trying to send us to a 10th inning. The 2-1 pitch to Sutherland. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Everything has been down. The more you throw a ball in one spot, the more the hitter gets accustomed to that eye level. But Sutherland has chased twice, down below the knees. The 2-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt again. Sutherland strikes out for the second out of the 9th inning, and the lineup turns over for Riley Unruh. Everything down, and once again, breaking pitch gets Sutherland to chase.
You know, he's a tough pitch, particularly to a lefty that likes to pull the baseball, and good hard downward action on that slider, unable to lay off it for out number 2.
Leadoff man Riley Unruh will try and keep the Bandits batting in the 9th inning. 0 for 2 with a pair of sacrifice bunts tonight. First pitch in the dirt, and Bishop, the catcher, who began the game at first base, keeps that in front of him to keep Nielsen at first.
It's a good job by the catcher right there, just knocking the ball down, keeping it in front. It doesn't allow Nielsen to advance to second base, which would put him in scoring position in the winning run.
The 1-0 pitch. Taken just down. Extra inning rules in international play mandate 2 designated runners beginning the inning at first and second. For the Tuatara, that would be their first baseman and DH. Hitters count to Riley Unruh. Markland delivers the 2-0. And it is just outside the zone again, 3-0. Winton Bernard, the newest Bandit, waiting on deck. Green light for Unruh.
It'd be interesting, like if you got Wynn, who had a big game last night, if he forced him to throw a strike after he's just missed, does put the go-ahead run at second base. David did give him the green light earlier in the ball game, so you'd assume he'd give him the green light again, but I'd like to force the pitcher to throw me another strike.
Markland needs a strike, the 3-0. Unruh taking all the way. It's down the middle for a strike.
And I like the move. It forced him to throw a strike, and not only that, you're still going to get a strike in a 3-1 count potentially. So still going to get a chance to have a swing, and he walks you, puts the time or the go-ahead run at second.
The 3-1 pitch. Unruh fouls it straight back. 3-2. That'll give Nielsen a head start at first with 2 down and a full count.
Here's where the game gets fun. You get, obviously, runner will be taking off with a 3-2 count and 2 out. So if there is a ball in the gap with the outfield playing deep, has the potential to score him.
The payoff pitch from Markland to Unroe. High fly ball, deep right field. Caught at the wall. Brown went back and sideways, and Unroe just got underneath it. The wind that was blowing out at 20 kilometers per hour at first pitch is still right now, and we go to the 10th inning tied at 1.
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
Ryan Searle enters the ballgame for the Bandits in an Alderley higher pitching change. Riley Unroe almost hit a walk-off home run. Instead, it was out number 3 in the 9th, and we play bonus baseball here in Brisbane. Searle, a 6.46 ERA on the year, just rejoined the roster after spending a few rounds off the active roster. 0-1 on the year, making his second appearance of this round. An inning and a third scoreless 2 nights ago in Brisbane's 9-4 win. Defensive changes as well for the Bandits. David Sutherland pinch hit in the 9 spot, and he stays in the ballgame at first base. Wade Dutton moves from first base to right field. And Danny De La Calle is the new catcher. Bo Bishop and Guiyan Shu, the first baseman and DH respectively, who made the final 2 outs of the 9th inning, will be aboard here in the 10th. Sam Holland will receive a no decision, but he pitched well. An inning and 2/3 scoreless, working around a leadoff double in the 9th. He struck out 4 batters, including striking out the side in the 9th inning. Geelong Korea scored 3 in the top of the 10th inning in Adelaide. They lead the bite 4-1. And the other expansion team here, the Auckland Tuatara, trying to pull the same feat against the 3-time champions. Bishop at second, Zhu at first. Nick Tanalou at the plate, getting his first plate appearance. No sign of a bunt as the corners pinch in. It's ball 1 down and away.
It's been an interesting night. 'Cause normally in this circumstance, you'd see him trying to sacrifice bunt. Looked like he's going to give him a green light. Infield, particularly in the corners, will be pinching, anticipating a bunt. It's man on first and second, nobody out here with the tie-breaking rule in play.
The 1-0 to Tanalou. There's a strike to even up the count. Tanalou batting .231 on the year. Started the first 2 ball games in this series. Last night he went 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Searle's 1-1, slashed into center field. It falls in front of Campbell for a base hit. Runners had to play it safe, so the bases will be loaded for the 9th place hitter, Luke Hansen. Tanalu just stuck the bat out, and he gets a line drive single to put the pressure on.
A good job of hitting right there. Got a pitch up in the zone, able to shoot the ball in the center field. So now that loads the bases here with nobody out in the top of the 10th.
Hansen 0 for 2. He drew a walk his last time up. Right-handed hitting, Auckland third baseman. The first from Searle. Called strike on the outside corner.
Defensive alignment here is the infield corners will be pinched in, and your middle infielders are playing double play depth. So obviously anything hit at them, they'll be coming home and trying to see if they can convert the double play home to first. Anything that pulls them to the left or right, they'll try to turn to.
The 0-1 to Hansen. Swing and a miss. Sounded like a foul tip. It's 0-2. Bandits had bases loaded, no outs in the bottom of the third inning and did not score. Josh Colmenter weaved his way out of trouble, and Ryan Searle trying to do the same here in the top of the 10th inning. Searle, a strikeout pitcher. Here's the 0-2. Popped foul. This has been a very well-played ball game. Auckland committed 3 errors, but besides that, it's been a lot of fun to watch. Pitchers who know what they're doing. Searle readies another 0-2 to Hansen. Bounded fair down the third base line past Bennett into the corner. It'll score a pair, and Luke Hansen has given the Tuatara a 3-1 lead in the 10th with a 2-bagger into the corner. Corners played in, and as a result, Bennett just didn't have that extra step to flag it down as the bounder skipped fair down the line.
Yeah, good job of hitting right there. He got 2 strikes and got a breaking ball up in the zone, able to hook the ball down the third base line past the diving Bennett. And that scores 2 runs now, making it 3-1 here in the top of the 10th inning with nobody out.
The 2 designated runners come in to score. Those will be unearned for Searle, but that's a secondary concern at this point. Infield all the way in for Eric Jenkins, the speedster. He swings at the first pitch and sends a high fly ball into right field and shallow. Dutton comes on. He catches, and an on-target throw to the cutoff man keeps the runners in place. 1 down. Chris Richards at the plate, and do you entertain intentionally walking him to set up the double play for Taylor Snyder?
Yeah, they may. I'll watch David right now, just looking at the situation. Still got infield in and man on second and third with the open base. Appears that they're going to pitch to him, but they'll probably pitch very carefully in this situation.
Richards 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Infield still in. First pitch swinging. Richards lifts it foul right side out of play.
With the infield in, third base coach will be advising his third base runner, making sure that the ball gets through or read it. And so it's always tough as a third base runner, particularly with not a lot of speed. Really, if it pulls an infielder to his right or left, he may take the chance. But anything at him, they'll probably have to freeze the runner.
Runner at third is infielder Nick Tanalu. The 0-1 to Richards. Hit hard but foul. Out of play on top of the batting cage. Bandits will send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate in the bottom of the 10th inning. Sutherland and Unruh will be the designated runners. Searle could use a strikeout here. The 0-2 pitch. Richards again battling, fouls it off. Taylor Snyder will bat next. Searle comes set. Another 0-2. Letter high, strike 3. Searle freezes Richards and gets a Skyfleet Hino strikeout for the second out in the 10th inning.
There's a big out right there, and you see the pitch and the location. Looks like just froze the hitter and maybe potentially looking for something else. Got a slider up in the zone and wasn't able to pull the trigger. So threat is still alive with a man on second and third and 2 outs here in the top of the 10th.
Taylor Snyder led off the 9th inning with a double. He's 1 for 4 tonight. First base is open. Searle's first offering misses outside. Bernard, Campbell, and Bennett for the Bandits in the bottom half. They hope it will be just a 2-run deficit. The 1-0 pitch to Snyder. Called strike. That evens up the count. Luke Hansen, the difference maker, ripped a 2-run double down the left field line a few moments ago to score the 2 designated base runners in this extra 10th inning. He stands at second with Nick Tanalou at third. The 1-1. Another strike, 1-2. Ryan Searle holds the most saves in modern ABL history. Not a save situation here, but he is no stranger to high-pressure situations. The righty comes set. The 1-2 to Snyder. Called strike 3. Searle fans a pair, but the Tuatara get a pair in the top of the 10th inning. Bandits need to score 2 to tie and 3 to win. We'll see if they can do just that after this.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
The Curran Cove Brisbane Bandits trail 3-1 to the Auckland Tuatara going to the bottom of the 10th inning. Tuatara scored 2 in the top half, bringing home their 2 automatic base runners on a double off the bat of Luke Hansen. The Bandits will begin the 10th inning with David Sutherland at second, the speedy Riley Unruh representing the tying run at first, and their 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Winton Bernard, Andrew Campbell, and T.J. Bennett, set to face Brandon Markland. Markland did not allow a hit in his scoreless 9th inning. Unruh sent one deep to right field, but it was caught at the warning track by Brown. That sent us to extras. Winton Bernard had a 4-hit game last night, including his first ABL homer. He's been quiet tonight, 0 for 4 with strikeouts his last 3 times up. First pitch to Bernard. A square to bunt and a pullback for a ball.
Yeah, that's interesting right there, down by 2 and showing bunt. Maybe it's just to potentially bring the corners in tighter in the situation and be able to get one by the third baseman playing in front of the bag.
The 1-0 pitch. Bernard bunts it, and it is caught by the third baseman Hansen coming in for the first out. Diving play made by Luke Hansen, who picked up the big 2-run double in the top half of this inning. He foils a sacrifice attempt here for the first out.
Really good play by the third baseman on the bunt. Ball was bunted up in the air and able to make the play. Bandits still have the threat at the plate with the heart of the order at the plate with Soupy Campbell.
Campbell followed by Bennett. Andrew Campbell is 0 for 3. He drew a walk back in the 5th inning. First pitch. Missing outside, ball 1. Josh Kalmenter went 7 innings for the Tuatara. Taki Tashiro pitched a scoreless 8th. Markland put up a 0 in the 9th, and now he's back out to try and earn a win for himself and the team. The 1-0. Foul tip and a strike, 1-1. In the home stretch of the season, every win is important, especially at home. Bandits trying to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Missing wide, it's 2-1. Sutherland doesn't have great speed at second, but his run, frankly, doesn't matter all that much. It's Unruh at first that represents the tying run, and he has tremendous foot speed. The 2-1. Campbell takes up high, 3-1. T.J. Bennett on deck.
Here's where it does get interesting now. Now you've got Soupy at the plate, and wind is now starting to blow out slightly to right field. So unlike Unruh's at bat where it caught at the warning track, there is a slight breeze now going out to right center.
Campbell should get a good pitch to hit here on 3-1. Markland delivers. It's ball 4. The bases are loaded, the tying run is in scoring position, and the winning run is on base for the team's leading home run hitter, T.J. Bennett. Tuatara going to talk this over.
Yeah, Mincy's going out there now to settle his righty out, so I don't think he'll make a pitching change. It'll be interesting to see here. It's hard for us to see if there's anybody in the pen, so he's just going to have a chat with him, just slow down the momentum for the Bandits offensively and just have a quick chat. But right now, TJ just needs to lock in and focus on one run at a time. You're right, he's got tremendous speed at second with Unruh, so anything hitting the outfield will score the run. Wind is slightly blowing to right center field, so anything in the air has an opportunity to get out of the ballpark.
T.J. Bennett is 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. He leads the team with 7 homers and 28 runs batted in. Tuatara scored 2 in the top half of this inning, but they left 2 men in scoring position as Ryan Searle buckled down and came up big for his team. Sutherland at third, Unruh at second, Campbell at first, T.J. Bennett at the plate with a chance to win the ball game. Markland comes set. The first pitch to T.J. Bennett. Hit hard on the ground, base hit left side. Sutherland will score. Here comes Unruh, the throw to the plate. And he is out. Bishop holds on in a brutal collision at home. And the Tuatara retain their 1-run lead. Unruh went in feet first and had his helmet knocked off by the force of the collision, but Bishop held firm. Auckland still leads it 3-2 with the tying run now at third.
Get a chance to see the play. Diving third baseman and comes up far into second, from left field and throws an absolute strike to Bo, and Bo did exactly what a good catcher does, stays in front and blocked the plate, unable to get Unruh. That's a big out for Tuatara, with them still leading 3-2 here in the 10th.
Campbell at third, Bennett at first. It's an RBI single, but importantly for the Tuatara, the second out. Last chance for the Bandits is Logan Wade. He's 1 for 4 with a double. First pitch to Wade on the corner for a strike. 3-2 our score. Bandits looking to win their third straight. Tuatara looking to steal one on the road from the 3-time defending champs. The 0-1. Low and away. Short backstop here, remember that too. A wild pitch won't necessarily bring home Campbell from third base. Donald Lutz on deck. The 1-1 pitch to Wade. Feeble swing, he was fooled down and in, and the count is 1-2. Bandits are down to their final strike.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Tough one to lay off, and now he's got a battle and a lot of pressure on the defense right now, obviously, with a full house tonight and on first and third and the tying run here in the 10th.
Logan Wade, who missed the first 6 weeks of the season, trying to play hero tonight. The 1-2. Fouled at the plate, and he just got a piece. Markland has thrown 28 pitches. None of them have been easy. Campbell 90 feet away from tying the ball game at third. Bennett at first would win it. Another 1-2 to Wade. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Auckland Tuatara win it in extra innings, beating the Bandits in Brisbane by a score of 3-2. The Auckland Tuatara may finish their inaugural season in last place in their division, but there's a lot of potential on this roster, and they pulled out a signature win tonight against the defending champs.
Yeah, really good job by Auckland tonight. They did the little things at the very end when they needed to, and that was the business end of this game. Amazing first half of the game with a pitching duel between two great starters, and just through perseverance of Tuatara able to come in and win this game 3-2.
The win will go to Brandon Markland. He earned it. 2 innings, allowing an unearned run in the 10th. The loss will go to Ryan Searle, 2 unearned innings in the top half of the 10th inning, and there was no save. Totals on the board show the Tuatara victorious with 3 runs on 11 hits. They committed and overcame 3 errors. The Bandits fall, scoring 2 runs on 7 hits. They played error-free baseball, but they came up short when it mattered most. The Bandits see their miniature winning streak snapped at 2, and they miss out on a chance to clinch this series early. They go into the doubleheader finale tomorrow, leading the series 2-1. For the Hailstorm Bandits.TV crew and my broadcast partner Paul Gonzalez, this is Eric Bramer signing off. One more time, your final score in 10 innings, the Auckland Tuatara 3, the Brisbane Bandits 2. Thanks for watching, and catch ABL TV for the doubleheader tomorrow.
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?